Crusher!
Don't believe in aliens, they're never going to land. Don't believe in cryptids, they leave footprints in the sand. Don't believe in spirits appearing from the dead. The only demons out there are living in your head. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the grave. We all know what that means. He's lurking in the shadows and crushing on your dreams. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the grave. We all know what that means.
Oh my God. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Hello, everyone. It's Friday night. Whew. I was doing air drums. I'm like all out of breath because I'm fat. Oh my goodness.
I warned them.
She did. And apparently I don't have a beat. So
We're going to have to adjust a few things here.
Pinky's Art and Music 5 months membership. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you very much. Scarborough Gatekeeper 6 months membership. Damn, all back. Dang, I've been here 6 months. Kit Ford member for 15 months. Damn.
Yeah, look at all these. Look.
Rob Linkater or Linkater.
You don't
Hey,
say
Kenny,
the K
15 months. You don't say what? You don't say the K?
2 times.
Linkater. I'm gonna have to practice that.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, we got one more.
Oh, how Faba was framed. Yes, she was. 12 months. Woohoo! A year. Thank you, everyone, for signing up for the memberships. I appreciate that.
You guys are awesome.
That's awesome. So let me say hi to a bunch of people. We got Julie N0101. Oh, look at that. Change the name. Oh, look at that. Jane Juice 420. Woohoo, it's Friday. Yay. Member for 8 months. Thank you so much. We got Ladies Fright in the house. Oh, we were talking about you backstage. I'm not going to tell you what we said, though. We got Kit Form. We got Sherry Ann. Cat Soul. We got Crazy Ken. They're some new names, right? Blast Rights. How Faba Framed. We got Mary Jane Juice. Damn it, Bob podcast. Do you have a podcast yet? Damn it, Bob. Oh, I didn't see any. There's a phantom laugh. Let's see who else we got. I know we got Flower Coven. That's cool. Grit Fitness Studio. Sorry, it's small writing. I'm trying to get these names right so I don't screw them
On
up.
that big screen, you can't see shit.
Shut up.
What? You need to get those glasses.
I need to get two.
You're like, how
Wait,
close
wait.
can I get?
There we go.
I'm like, your screen is huge.
I know. Thank you. Cat Mac is in the house. It's date night. We got Firefly KH. Vance is in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Pinky. Oh, Jade Kitten here too. We got lots of people. Good to see everyone. I'm glad that everyone's here. Amy's here. If I haven't called out your name, I apologize.
Rod Palmer.
Get going. Oh, Rob Palmer's here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Daniel Reed.
Oh, that's because Susan Gerbic saw the advertisement, so Susan's probably around here somewhere. She shared it. She was all she likes our guest. All right, so let me go over the rules because we need rules. Number one is that I encourage you to ask questions. That's what the show is about. It's a learning show. You guys ask questions. I try to give an answer. If I have a guest, they give their answers, especially if they are knowledgeable in certain areas. Which leads me to rule number two is that we don't know everything. Just keep that in mind. So you can ask a question, and to the best of our ability, we will try to give you an answer. But if we can't, we're going to be honest about it and say, I don't know, which is perfectly acceptable. And I might even write it down in my legal pad here and do some homework. Rule number three is that we follow the Patrick Swayze rule here, and that's be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Yeah.
And that means Donna will boot your ass if you get out of line. Especially if you ask about like skunk apes and stuff like that over and over and over again.
Or something
So
stupid.
I
I don't know
forget
what
what
they
that
were
was.
talking
Yeah,
about.
I
I have
know.
no idea.
I don't know. Rule number four is that if you do have a question, please start it with a capital Q. And also, because we have a guest tonight, the first hour will be between us, me and Donna, and the guest. And then the second hour is all you guys. It's all your questions. So look forward to that.
So put them out there, but we're not going to get to them right away.
Just be advised. We're not getting them for an hour. And then rule number five, which is my favorite. I got my special tea, my Wawa tea. Wait, there it is. There it is.
Oh my gosh.
My diet half and half, which I make it
Look, you
totally
didn't
not
even-
diet.
Look, you didn't even have to twist it all the way around.
Oh, that's how much rum I've had.
It's the second go round, guys. This isn't
Yeah,
his
we were
first one.
pre-gaming. All right. So with that, let me get our other frame up and then invite Fleureo on. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. First
Yeah.
of all, Susan Gerbic is excellent, and Kenny is pronounced Alphaba.
Alphaba? Oh, I know. I keep saying Alphaba.
You do.
Yeah, I've heard it worse. Other people have butchered it worse.
You know,
Yeah.
I've watched the movie twice now. I should know.
I know, but you know what? I don't say it right either.
Yeah.
I think it's just looking at the way it's.
This phonetics.
Yeah, the phonetics is messed up.
Yeah.
Because I'm so not used to saying that name that I keep screwing it up. And I think I've done that every
Yeah.
single time I've said her name. So
Yeah.
I haven't even watched the movie, read the book, or watched the play, and I already know what it's all about. I know how to pronounce their names, so it's just everywhere online.
Alphaba.
You know,
Alphaba.
when the play was out, I'm at the age remember when it was big on Broadway or whatever, and people were going nuts about it. It was just all around me constantly, and that's where I learned the name is when it was in on stage, not in a
theater.
movie. So yeah.
Okay.
It's Philly talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, Tim.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
really, shut up, Tim. Obscure reference. None. All right. So tonight we have Fleureo on with us. I'm saying that name right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like McFlurry, but
Flurry.
whatever.
Oh, I like
just
that.
pull the fleur out. Yeah.
McFlurry. Like a McFlurry. I know what that is.
Now that's what he's going to call you now. It's going to be stuck in his head.
Fleureo.
I've been called all sorts of stuff. Some people call me Floor. Some people call me Laura. I've had Carla before.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
All right. So we were I think I caught one of your last videos and we were talking about what to do on the show tonight. And I did realize, I have to say, because I see him in the chat now, John Without an H, I did had him booked for tonight and I totally forgot because I
really?
scheduled, I reached out to you and we scheduled it and he's like, hey, I see you got Fleureo scheduled. I guess I got bumped or you double booked. And I was like,
Oh no.
I actually had him on for next week anyway on my schedule, but that was my mistake. I screwed up. So he's going to be on. John without an H is going to be on next week.
What a
This next
jerk,
Friday.
he says. What a jerk.
All right. Ban him.
What a jerk.
Kick
I
him
won't
out.
be able to get him out. I won't be able to get him back before next week.
All right. So I guess the first question I always ask new guests on my show is, what's your origin story? So basically, how did you get the short version? Because we're going to explore all this, but how did you get to your YouTube channel where you're actually looking at and in many cases debunking claims, paranormal claims? So tell us a short bio of yourself, and then we'll dive into it.
Like, I mean, most people who watch my channel know, but I'll explain it as well. Like, I grew up in this industry, literally. I grew up on the psychic circuit, at psychic fairs. Like, I just remember all of that. I was surrounded by it my whole life. Grew up encouraged to explore my religion. I was raised Rosicrucian at first, and I was told to pick a religion. And my mom was like certified and high priestess and blah, blah, blah of everything. Like, she just learned everything. It was the interest of hers, and she was a psychic and for a living. And we were poor. She wasn't like she was too nice to people, like, you know what I mean? Like, she truly believes, and she still thinks that she truly believes, right? But she didn't follow the grifty paths. So, like, I grew up with very little, obviously. So yeah, and then I don't know, got older. I started getting into ghost hunting, and I really love history too. And I love doing urban exploration. So I was doing urban exploration / ghost hunting / I would arrange for a historian to come in and speak with us. And like, looking back on it too, I'm like, I always thought I was psychic. I was raised psychic. Like, I was told, oh, your grandmother was, your great grandmother was, I am, like, you know, it's a whole lineage thing.
Okay.
So I always thought that. But like, looking back now, I realized I would arrange for historians to come in just because I like history. I think it's fun. But it was priming us psychics in the room to, like, you know, to have all the answers. And I didn't really realize it back then. Right. So a lot of people I worked with and my mom worked with were people that truly believed. However, there's a lot of people too that we ran into, and a couple of my mom's friends who turned out that they were grifting. And I remember going through the stages of, like, learning about people who were scammers in the industry, and then learning how many of them there were. So I kind of did that for a bit. And then I had 2 of my best friends died on me. One was my partner in my ghost hunting, and she passed away. And so one was Christmas Eve.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she did it herself.
Oh.
And then my friend who was my that was like my sister, and then the one who I did ghost hunting with, I grew up with her, this one too, since we were like 7. We knew each other. And it was, I think, about February, she got cancer super fast. It was like November, and then, like, they're like, it's stage 4, and then she died, I think, around February or March or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I was like, well, if this is real, and if anyone was going to come visit, like, it would be them. Right. Especially my friend who I did ghost hunting with. And she also was a pagan and had the same beliefs as me too. So I'm like, well, why didn't she come? You know? And that's sort of, it started my belief structure, kind of, it put a hole in it. And then I got really disillusioned with it all. And then I left it for some time. And then I just finished college, started my career, did whatever, did a bunch of different stuff. I worked a bunch of different weird, like, positions, different industries. But then, you know, anyways, I need a flexible schedule because I have fibromyalgia and chronic pains, and I can't work like 40 hours a week. So I was doing some online work, And then that also included YouTube. I had other successful YouTube channels in the past. Then I left YouTube because I was dealing with my mom, I've been taking care of her for some time. Then I was doing live streaming on Twitch. Then I left Twitch and came back to YouTube, and I was like, okay, I want to do like a paranormal channel. So then I started kind of getting back into it and watching things. And at first I was like, oh, this is cool. These are all like new gadgets and stuff. This wasn't around last time I did it because I left for a long time. Probably like 10 years or something. So I was like, oh, this is all really new, right? I thought it was kind of cool. And then I came across Seg's channel, and he's funny. So I'm like, I watched him because he was hilarious.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's gonna hear that.
And then I found Beardo's channel, and like I like spicy people, so I'm like, I love Beardo. And then that's when I realized all these gadgets. I was like, oh, okay. So they're just using them because they give false positives. Like they're just using them because it makes the video better, right?
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay. Then I was sort of making some different videos, trying to figure out like what would work on my channel. And then because I like history, I was like, I'm going to do a video on New Orleans. I love New Orleans. Sorry, whatever. I'm Canadian. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do a video on some of the stories, and I'm going to research them and like explain all the stories. And when I started researching them, I was like, oh, I was debunking it through historical research.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just make my video about this then. And then that's the first like debunking video I kind of released. And it did really well. And then I did another one on New Orleans. And then I did the Warrens, which I wanted to do the Warrens for some time. I already knew that the Warrens were like bullshit, right? For a while. I believed them at first when I was younger, but So I was like scared to do the video because I'm like, people might be mean in the comments, but I was like, no, I'm going to do it. People like this debunking New Orleans. I think that they're going to like the Warrens. Right. So I did it. And then that took off, and I was like, okay. I'm like, well, there's obviously people here. And then it was like, The Shape and Polly like commented on one of my videos, and they're like, oh, we featured you in Debunkers Anonymous. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, I didn't even know who The Shape was or anything, right? So it's like, okay, I went to the Facebook page, and then I'm like, oh, there's this whole community. I made a video about Beardo, and he reached out to me too, and I was like, okay, so like there's a whole community here. I didn't even know that there was a community, and that's sort of how I fell into it. So yeah,
well, that's cool. That's a interesting, sometimes sad but interesting origin story. I mean, that's. How did you? I don't know where to start. I have so many questions that are popping in my head right now, and I want to get to some ones that might be a little touchy. But let's start at the beginning. Like you grew up in as you explained it, a new age house or household.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. My mom was like a psychic for her job. Like that was what she did for a living. She was always training in some sort of spiritual thing. Like I remember she was doing a whole program on Druidism. Like she was trained to become a Druid and became a high priestess. She did the full Rosicrucian training all the way up to the top. There's a bunch of other ones that I don't remember. She was doing it all. She did past life regression. She was a Reiki master. She was a master herbologist. She did actually do training, and she was a certified counselor because she thought that was important. She was a very ethical psychic. Like I will say that.
Cool.
She thought it was important to like know when it's a person in trouble. So that she took a counseling course, became like a certified counselor. Right.
Okay.
So, and when I was raised too, like, listen, my mom wouldn't let me have like modern medicine wasn't allowed. I had to do herbs for everything, which wasn't the best solution, or herbs, whatever. I know people don't like me pronouncing it certain ways.
Just gonna comment, like you're probably like the second person I've come across that used the H.
And it's just a me thing. I don't think it's a Canadian thing because other people in Canada have corrected me too, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just the way I did it. I don't know. That's cool. And yeah, my mom was always about like trying to find your enlightenment, explore your spiritual journey. She pushed as well for me to be in like advanced classes in school, like everything, like. She's like, you're intelligent, you inherited it, use it. Like she was always pushing that, and then pushed the psychic thing. And then she let me choose my own religion. And I ended up choosing, well, first I looked at Wicca mainly because I was like, I was more logical than I realized back then. I think I was born more on the scientific, like more, I use that side of my brain more. I chose that because I can see the earth and I can see the sun, and those are like what you're praying to. So I'm like, okay, well, that makes more sense to me than invisible deities, right? And then I started exploring more old world because I realized, oh, Wicca's very new. It is. It's like 1900s. So I'm like, I want to actually practice the old world stuff, like the old, like I do a mix, like Nordic, like Norse stuff. I do a bit of like Druid, Celtic stuff, Gaelic. I love Italian witchcraft. I love researching that and incorporating that as well. There's actually part of it's my tattoo, Italian. And what's the other one that I mix in? Oh, I love ancient Egypt. I always have since I was very, very, very young. Love it. So I will incorporate that
I
sometimes.
have Ra tattoo on my back.
Oh no.
'Cause I
Yeah,
love
see, and I want to get
mythology.
I want to get the well, I mean, I have this for evil eye because you shake your hand with the right hand. So this is like a ward. But I want to get the Ankh on the back of my neck as well.
Okay.
That's my next like
cool.
tattoo that I want to get. So yeah. So I was like, kind of incorporate all that together, but I try to stay as old world as possible, and I don't use any deities or any pantheons because I don't like using a name that was maybe used in bloodshed. The only one I will sometimes use is Hecate because she was actually a goddess of witches. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever's attached to her is that's the path or whatever, right? So yeah, I mainly just like pray to the earth and stuff, and I'm like, and it's like, yeah, when I die, sure, I'm not going to be here anymore, but while I'm here, that's what I'm going to believe in, and when I die, I move on to whatever's next, whatever new adventure, and that's what I believe anyway.
So when your mother took all these classes, where were they? What kind of classes? Like online classes? Like...
It was all like correspondence mail stuff. And then
old school.
You could have like meetups in Toronto. Like this is this is before the internet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm older than I look. So
I remember all
we
that.
Remember that.
We are pre-internet people.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I get it. I know the mail order correspondence, the mail correspondence courses that people used to take.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I get it. It's kind of, well, I don't want to make an assumption. Is it like universities, or was it more like the diploma mill kind of things you get now?
So like there's like I'll use Rosicrucian as an example, right? I was trained under the AMORC order, right? And so there's different orders. So there's like a chapter, it's essentially like a chapter, and then you contact them, and then they send you all the guides and everything of how like there's a children's program, and that's what I was raised on. So it was like notebooks, and then I had to work through the notebooks, and then I would like hand in the notebook, and then they would like give me feedback on whether I understood the lesson and stuff like that. So it wasn't like a accredited university, but it was like a religious organization, right?
Okay.
And so like they grant a title, but that's taken seriously in occult circles. Sorry, sometimes I forget words. Fog. So like those titles are taken seriously in the occult circles, right?
Okay.
Like if you watch Sam and Colby, that the priestess that they have.
Yeah.
Well, like recently they use the Pythian priestess. She's actually properly I can tell she's properly trained. I know what she's trained in, and she does hold the proper certifications. I can just tell because I was raised in it and I recognize it. But like the other witch they had at the Pendle Hill thing, I'm like, she's just self-trained. She doesn't even really understand the history of witchcraft. So I can kind of tell the difference between someone who's been trained by an organization versus just learning on their own, right? So
you don't have to answer this, but all the stuff that you're doing here, and when you say like you prayed to the sun, and did you say the moon, right?
Well, the sun is like God, the male version, okay. But I mainly pray to the female version because a lot of old pagan practices are very like female based, you know. So
same
the
sun?
earth, it's like the mother earth,
Oh,
but
okay.
there is
All
a
right.
whole moon thing, and the moon has to do with, there's a trinity. The trinity was created before the church showed up, right? It's
A lot of things. A lot of things were.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the maiden, mother, and crone. So that's
Exactly.
the versions of the moon. And then there's sort of ceremonies that you do towards the different cycles of the moon. And it's recognizing the different cycles of women and what we go through. Because we go through a period where like we're a maiden, so virgin, haven't had a child yet. It's not saying virgin isn't like having a sex, it's haven't had a child yet. Then mother is you've given birth. And then crone is, and it's like, honored is you've gone through menopause, so now you're the wise old woman, right? So it's like all these different stages of female development that are important in our lives that we recognize. And it's so like a lot of what I do in my practices, it's worshiping stuff that is here, right? Like the earth, recognizing that the earth is hurting in a lot of areas, you know, plant a tree, you know, take care of animals, things like that, give back to the earth that's giving back to us. And the sun, just kind of like recognizing his role in bathing the earth to be able to grow the things, you know, just things like that. Right.
Well, it's kind of common sense stuff, you know, like you're just,
Yeah.
you're paying attention and respecting the cycle of life here.
Yeah, exactly. It is very much cycle based, season based, things like that. Yeah.
Oh, Susan's here. I see her.
Oh, Susan. Hey, Susan. I love Susan.
So when you were being raised, you were in a household where your mother was psychic and she did this for a living, you said.
Hold on, Susan. It says lawyer underneath my name. I didn't realize that's saved somewhere because I was doing a mock trial the other day. So just ignore it. I don't know where that's saved. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's a lawyer.
Yeah, it was a comedic mock trial, so I was spelling lawyer wrong. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, so yeah, your mother's psychic. Do you believe she's psychic? You don't have to answer. I don't want you to get in trouble.
No, I know that she's not. And like there was a lot of stuff that she would say or try to like divine or whatever when I was growing up. And like even back then, like I did push back because I was like, nothing was coming true or accurate, or like, well, yeah, you already know that about me. You know, like it was I was already reasoning it. When I like looking back now, I realized like I'm actually very much like scientific brained, but I was raised in a creative household. Even my grandma, they pushed art on me. They're like, you're an artist. We're all artists. You're an artist. Like they pushed the creative brain on me, but I was born with a scientific brain. And I recognize this now because even the field I went into was computer science. Right.
Numbers.
So yeah, it's like, I'm like, I totally was not like, but I do like writing. And the only art I can really do is like, I'm good at color theory and like, the art I do is very like abstract and weird. So I'm like, it's still, to me, it feels like geometry when I do it. So like,
right.
I did push back a lot when I was younger, but I didn't really realize like why I was pushing back other than being a snotty teenager. But looking back, I'm like, yeah.
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 What about you then? Like you were raised being told that you were psychic. And how did what did you do?
I was like, I totally thought I was very good at it. I would do readings for people all the time. I would do mediumship stuff and I was really good at it. I have just come to recognize, honestly, there is a link between people who are neurodivergent and who can do this stuff easily. You can slip into it super easily because neurodivergent people are like watching every little thing that's happening, every little body movement, breath, word, the way that you said the word, the things around you.
Oh my God. It's a definition of Kenny.
Yeah, like neurodivergent people just like link into it easily. And looking at my family, I'm like, oh yeah, you are all neurodivergent. Like maybe my grandpa wasn't. He's like the only one, but like looking at my family, like, yeah, we're all weird. Like we all have weird things about us, and I'm like, we are all clearly neurodivergent, right? And I talked to some people like, oh, well, neurotypicals can learn it. Yeah, you can learn it. I mean, you can train yourself. And this thing, I was trained in it too. So some people are like, how much was trained and how much is neurodivergent? Like, I think it was a combination of both, because when I was trained in it, I would pick it up very easily. Like, I was reading and writing at like age 5. Like, I was just like, I would just pick stuff up really easily. And I was doing psychic readings on people that young. Like, I don't know. I learned how to lucid dream when I was 5. My mom taught me, so I would stop having nightmares. And just neurodivergent brains can do that easier and faster than neurotypicals. Neurotypicals take more time to learn it. Yeah. And train their brains. So
that's what I am.
I think I got like the way I approach it is that some of it was I think I'm just naturally curious about stuff. So I'm always asking questions, but I think that helped me with training myself, because like I grew up, I like most of my origin story. I talk about like I was raised on watching Sightings, Unsolved Mysteries, In Search of. I love those shows, but they didn't really dive too far into it. But I also watched Columbo and Monk and Castle and Moonlighting. I mean, all these detective shows that I loved that looked at the little details. And that taught me over time of pay attention to this, pay attention to that. And I do exactly what you say.
And I did the same thing. Like, I was originally going to go to school for criminology. There's this whole program to go into CSIS, which is Canada's Secret Service. That's what I originally wanted to do. And I was enrolled. I got all the papers and everything, and I got the bill. And I was like, I can't afford this.
Right.
So that's why I ended up doing computer science instead, because it was a cheaper program, right? So I was like, but yeah, I was like, I would watch all the paranormal supernatural programs, and then I would watch all of the like procedural crime stuff. I love watching Parliament. Well, not going to do it, but I worked in politics for a number of years. I like the little things like that. I like learning the laws. I like learning all the different things like that. So it's very much like that did probably add to it as well. So yeah. That's why too, like I was like, I noticed your tattoo of the hammer, and that's why like one day in the live I was like, why do you have that tattoo? Because I was curious if you were religious at all in the Norse kind of background. So then you told the story. So
that it's it's just meaning from my wife. My wife actually started the whole hammer thing, and so it's like my calling. It's hammer time. Bitches.
All right. That's the way it felt for a long time.
Yeah, that's the way it was. So, you I guess when you did the psychic readings and stuff, were you doing it professionally? And when you follow-up question to that, I guess you might be able to just go right into it. When you started to realize like this wasn't working, how did that hit you? Like the realization and maybe like the acceptance of it?
Yeah, I mean, when my friend passed and everything, my belief structure in ghosts and ghost hunting fell apart, but I was still doing the psychic stuff, right? I still kind of believed in that because I didn't really see that as something in death. I saw that as like humans connecting in life, because I wasn't really I was doing some mediumship stuff as the ghost thing. But when I did mediumship, it was like, we would go in and like read energy and kind of just give feedback on like the energy that's in the room. We weren't like talking to voices. Right. So,
sorry, there's a rule in this show that when people use energy, we have to drink. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So I was still doing some of the psychic stuff, but then honestly, I just kind of got busy with like work and life. And then, I botched wisdom tooth surgery, and my face was destroyed. I had to have like 2-3 surgeries it's not fixed, but whatever, it's good enough. And then I got in a car accident after, and that started my fibro like kicked in, and technically I have MS, and that kicked in too. And then the chronic migraines. So I spent a number of years just kind of like dealing with chronic illness, and I wasn't involved in any of this because I'm like, my life is too hectic as is.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it was like, now that I kind of, and I was in a really crappy relationship. So once I got out of that and everything, but I still have the stress of taking care of my mom. But then I'm like, okay, I'm going to kind of explore this again. I started doing the psychic readings again because I thought, yeah, maybe I'll get back into that. I don't know. People are doing it on TikTok and YouTube. So I started doing it for some friends. I was doing it on some live streams for people, and it was good and everything. But then it was like, what was it? I think I was watching Holy Kool-Aid or something.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
And
yeah.
then
I know
he was, yeah, and he was talking about Barnum effect stuff. And then that I started like exploring that more. And then I watched a video on like the history of tarot, and I was like, oh, I'm like, so tarot, I'm like realizing, oh, tarot is like very much Barnum effects. And then times that I wasn't using tarot, I was still using like, it was still like very Barnum effect kind of thing. But it's weird because I was trained in it, but we're not realizing that we're doing it. Right.
Right.
We truly believe like all of this. So, I don't know, just something clicked. I was like, oh, like, I think I'm just like really good at seeing patterns in people, you know?
Right.
And even like, well, the neurodivergence, not ADHD and everything, my mom like denied I had it my whole life because she's like, oh, my kid's perfect. She's one of those moms. So she wouldn't let me get help. So it was like, now that I'm older, I was starting to get help for like depression, ADHD, all this other stuff. And then now we're recognizing like, what is neurodivergence? And when that has come out over the recent years of us understanding it, then I'm realizing, oh, I'm like, and then I watched, oh, there's that show Psych as well. And it's like, it's a combination of everything and me realizing that, oh, I'm just actually like reading people. Like I'm just picking up on things, you know, a
Like
combination of
you have
that with
clues.
Barnum effects. And
Right.
it slowly happened over time. Like it was just like little holes in your belief structure, and it slowly erodes it over time. And then you start realizing that you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, this isn't a thing. So yeah. And yeah, I did do some professionally too, and then obviously I did a lot for my friends as well. So yeah.
So it might be a difficult question, and I'm not being confrontational. I want to put that out there in the beginning here. How did you feel once you realized, like, I don't think there's a psychic power going in here? It's just I'm taking like cues from the people. I'm reading the people like that. Was there any regret or remorse from doing it professionally?
I mean, well, the ones that I did professionally where I got paid, I did parties, and that was one thing my mom would refuse to do. So I was doing like bachelorette parties. So I'm like, I don't really feel bad because I wasn't tapping into like their loved ones. I was doing divining of their future, and they're all drunk.
Right.
And they're all like, it's
Exactly.
a bachelorette party. Like I did a bunch of them,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, you know what? It was just entertainment to them. Like it was just
Exactly.
entertainment.
Right.
To them, right. Now I did a bunch for my friends, but then my mom always had this rule, and she told me to follow it too, is never, if a card comes up negative, never tell them. Just always keep it positive. So I never did any negative stuff, even if a negative card came up. So everything that I would tell my friends too, and honestly, some of it like was just advice that I would have given them anyway. Like looking back on it, I'm like, I would have, you know. So it's kind of like I didn't do any of the grief vampire stuff, so I'm like, I don't really like feel guilty for it because it's a combination of entertainment and things I would have said anyway.
Right.
But because I was using tarot, they were listening more, you know. And then the ghost hunting stuff, yeah, that you're tapping into that, but it wasn't loved ones there with us, it was ghost hunters. So it, you know, it's a little bit different, you know. Yeah, and I've always like been in places too where the people passed like a while back, so there wasn't like an existing relative or anything as well. So I don't know. I don't think that, I feel like I didn't really like exploit it too much, but I also, this wasn't like my primary job or anything, so I didn't push it to exploit it. It was just something I did on the side for fun, you know. So yeah,
yeah, I agree. Like about the like the timing, because when you go into a place, like I don't like watching ghost hunting groups go into a location where somebody recently passed away, and like within weeks or months or even a year or so. And there's close family still alive, and they are putting out all this like, oh, we know we captured the spirit of this person and we think it's that. And I mean, what are your thoughts? I think it's terrible. I think it's because
Yeah,
of,
I'm actually my views on this have been getting more extreme, I would say, because I'm noticing that true crime itself is getting more extreme, and I'm getting tired of it. And now my views are getting like I'm working on a video right now where I'm actually getting into this, and I'm doing a psychic who did it, who got involved in true crime cases and messed up people's lives. And then I'm gonna do ghost hunters next because they do this too, right?
okay.
In my opinion, I feel like it should be if there's people still alive who knew the person directly, obviously no. But I also think they're children. If they're children, because trauma passes and survivors are they live with trauma, right? Like my best friend did that to herself. Trust me, I live with trauma. We are survivors. We are victims as well because it was a traumatic event.
Right.
So it's like I also believe it should pass down to that generation after, the one who's grown up with the person that was in trauma, the person that was grieving, the person that was going through a lot of crap.
Right.
And in some cases, if it's like a violent death or something, like maybe their kids, maybe one more generation. Like I'm kind of reaching a point like maybe it needs to be another generation, because I'm thinking about passing, like you pass down grief and trauma to your children, that messes them up. They're going to pass it down to their children. It takes a bit of time to work that out of the family tree. And having a YouTube video pop up in the feed when their kids are like on YouTube looking around and stuff to just see this BS, like that is my concern, right? So yeah.
Right. I mean, I would hate to do exactly what you just described. Pop into a YouTube channel, have it come up in my recommended videos, and like I recognize that house. That was a house I grew up in, you know, and see ghost hunters just wandering about saying, "Oh yeah," and especially when it gets into not only the, "Hey, we're doing an EVP session with a DR60 bullshit," and we're getting voices, but then when there's jokes made about like what happened, and I'm watching it like that's my family that you're talking about. That would be, and I agree with you. It should at least be, and I mean this is just my opinion too, and you know nobody sets the rules here because there are no rules apparently. But yeah, it should be when there's no living relatives left of that person. Then I mean I still don't agree with it because most of the ghost hunting channels I don't agree with anyway. But at least have some respect and don't put out your biased, unsupported opinions when a family member can be watching you and looking at you. Right now. And I always think that
exactly.
way. I always try to do like videos that I'm doing with the mindset that someone that knows this person is watching me, and let me be respectful as I can, unless it's Sylvia Brown. Then you know all bets are off.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that about psychics.
So then you moved on to doing this channel. You have Fleureo's Phantom Files, and what inspired you to get into that?
Well, like I said, I just kind of came back to YouTube because I was like, well, I need to make some extra money. I've had other successful YouTube channels. I understand it because I had my own marketing firm. So like, I understand how this online stuff works.
You do everything.
Marketing firm. I worked in politics for 20 years. I worked in different computer technology things. I was also part of like cyber security for a big bank. I did a bunch of roles. I worked also at two service dog charities. I like volunteered at as well, so I've helped raise like service dogs and stuff too.
Wow.
There's a bunch of stuff.
See, I like that kind of background
person
because when you have when I look at people in careers, there's someone that's been in a career for all their lives and they are well experienced and usually have expertise in that because they've done it all their lives. And then you have people that are bards. They have they have a little bit of expertise and experience in a lot of different things, and it brings all that knowledge together, and it really helps. That's awesome. That's really cool.
And I think probably part of it was looking back. I'm like, it was probably the ADHD because I would get bored of my full-time job. So then I would volunteer somewhere to do something different. Right.
Okay.
So that's why, like, all the politics I did, that was all volunteer work. But I did all levels of politics, municipal, provincial, and federal. And I just enjoyed learning and doing it. It was, and I care about my community, so that was a big part of it. And then the charity dogs, I did like volunteer with the dogs. I love pets, I love animals. I'm like, okay, well, what's an animal charity? And then I was introduced to the service dog thing, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then I also did teach college too, as well. I taught in the computer studies program too. So, and I did that while I was working full time, because I'm like, I tend, because that's what happened. I tend to get bored of my full time job, and then I would quit or something. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a good company and a good job I have. So I need to do something else.
I got to turn the page because there's too many jobs that you've listed. That's amazing.
But yeah, so
you got into this channel, and
yeah.
What was your purpose? What was your purpose in doing? Like, what kind of videos do you put out?
Yeah, I mean, well, like when I started it, I was like, I want to have a channel I'm going to stick with, because I've had other channels, like I said, and I'm like, I got bored with the topic and I didn't want to do it anymore. It felt like work, because it was. So I'm like, I want to do something that I enjoy the topic. So I'm like, well, I've paranormal always my whole life, right? And like I was goth as a kid. Like I'm like, whatever, give me whatever. Like
just as a kid,
I'll do a video about Edgar Allan Poe. Like well, yeah, I mean, yeah, always goth. I'm like, I don't care. Like I'll do literature, a history about paranormal stuff, like whatever. I just enjoy it. So I'm like, I want to have a channel I'm going to stick with. Instead of giving, like, kind of letting it die, because I got bored easily.
Mm-hmm.
But now I know it's the ADHD, so now I'm like trying to be self-aware. So yeah, so I just kind of started doing debunks. Honestly, I do it based on like history and research. That's sort of like my specialty. I'm really good at digging into stuff. I can find things on people that I don't know. I am a trained hacker too. So, but I'm not hacking, but I'm just saying, like, I'm really good at like digging further and further and until I find stuff. So, so it's like, okay, well, I like doing that. I love research. Right. So I'm like, okay. So I started doing debunking based on research and history. And it's funny because Stevie does the same thing. Me and Stevie from Truth and Even podcast, we have the same brain. We do the same thing. But she explores like different avenues. Like I tend to do the social engineering kind of path. And then she goes and like looks up newspaper articles, and like she'll go look through like old like things like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to dig into the social media and see what people are saying. And then I start tracing who is saying what. And then I figure out who everyone is. And then I get the real story most of the time. So I kind of look at that sort of stuff. Wow. So and then on top of like, I just like research. So I'll do the historic research.
Okay.
So like, we were introduced by Destination Spooky Vic, and then we just hit it off. But it's funny because one of our friends, Chris, saw me and he was like, oh, this girl's copying Stevie. I'm like, I didn't even know who Stevie was. I'm like, we have like the same style. So it's like we debunk kind of through like history and research, whether we're researching newspaper articles or like social media. I also dig in obviously to historic research. I enjoy reading journals and papers too. And I really like archaeology. So I dig into a lot of that too. And I like to see what historians are saying about like old sites and things to kind of see the historical accuracies or inaccuracies about different religious texts and things like that. Right. So it's like, I kind of like that.
Sleep? Yeah. Do you ever sleep?
I do suffer like from insomnia.
Can't even keep up, huh?
Sleep is for when you're dead.
That's Kenny's motto.
I want to do, like, honestly, I'm tired all the time, but it's from the fibromyalgia. Like I don't feel well a lot and I am in bed a lot. But I don't sleep well because I do have really bad insomnia. Oh. So I do read a lot, like, while I'm in bed and stuff. So I kind of go down paths, I guess, with that. Right. But it's the ADHD brain, because sometimes you don't get to choose, but hyperfocus will kick in at like the most random times. Yep. And it's like, I need to currently know the history of bubblegum. Like I have to know it now.
Oh my God, this is Kenny to a T. Kenny, you need medication, dude.
No, I like the way I am.
You can raw dog it. Like I raw dogged it my whole life.
Raw dog the shit out of it.
He does. He's gonna.
I will sit there. I can be on the couch at 3 a.m, like ready to doze off, drool coming down, and then
Always.
a YouTube video will come up and be like, "Do you want to know how Hershey Kisses are made?"
Well,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
I
I do.
Play. I'm awake
And I
now.
think that's part of the insomnia is I think it's the ADHD brain because like I was really tired. I was passing out. I was about to fall asleep the other night. Oh God, I don't even remember what it was, but I suddenly needed to know the history. Like it just popped in my head, and I'm like, no, we're going to sleep. And then it just like laid there and it just kept repeating in my head. It's like, you need to know this right now. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I had to look it up. Just like, it's so frustrating.
I've done that where I've gone to bed, laid there, stared at the ceiling, and then I start doing the whole like, well, if I do this, if I do that,
That's what it is. Yeah.
You know what? I gotta get up. I gotta figure out what this is. As someone who is medicated, please don't raw dog it. Medication is like you have a superpower.
Yeah.
You can choose how to use it.
I'm medicated now. Like I will say, as a woman, when you reach a certain age, it gets bad. Like it gets like unmanageable. Like you need to either do crazy therapy or you need to medicate because like it gets weirdly bad when we're like a certain age. And I'm assuming it's a hormone thing. I haven't heard it's as bad with men. It tends to be worse with women. So like I only started doing medication in the last like year or two or so, like a couple years, I think. Cause I'm just like, I'm having trouble, like just keeping track of my life at this point. I'm losing it. so then, I started medication for it. So yeah.
Hey, John, without an H, I am medicated. All right.
Yeah.
Every
that
week.
doesn't help you sleep.
Oh no, but it helps me stay awake and learn more.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's nice to know that there's other people out there.
Yeah. And obviously, yes, I see it in chat. This is just like personal anecdotes, guys. We're obviously not doctors, so like talk to your doctor.
Right.
Good advice. So how do you pick the videos and what, like we can do the standard interview questions, like what's your favorite video that you've done? What's the worst one that you've done?
If anyone in here is on my research team, I'm not sure if any of y'all are in here. We have an ongoing list in my Discord of topic. Like I have so many ideas. I have shows that are like partially started. We haven't released it yet. I have a story time channel. I'm working on writing like it's going to be a whole acted out show. I have voice actors ready to go. Still not done it yet. I have a list of topics. Like, honestly, it's just things that pop in my head, or I watch one of your guys' videos, anyone in the community, and I'm like, oh, that's neat. I want to explore that more. So then I add it to the list. Or like someone leaves a comment, and they're like, you should explore this psychic. So I add it to the list. There's just a huge list. How I come up with ideas, I would say the ADHD just kind of rides it out.
Right.
I have so many ideas. I won't run out.
That's what Kenny says all the time, and I'm like, my brain just functions so much differently than you guys.
So recently I've been working on a big project, which I'm not allowed to talk about. It's a museum, and that has been consuming my time and several other people that I work with. It's consumed everything, but I still work on other stuff, and it's just several projects at once. And then the silliest thing, like I'm sitting here writing, and then I'll pop in YouTube because I'm like, you know what? I've been doing this for an hour straight. You need a brain reset. And then freaking Crow of Judas is live and he's watching an episode of Sightings, an old episode of Sightings. And I'm like, oh, I remember this. No one's figured it out. I'm going to figure it out right now. And that's it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just like random. It's like I'm so frustrated recently. Friends and viewers that are in the Discord know, like my fibromyalgia and everything is just kicking my butt because it's the time of the year, and this year's been really bad. And other people with fibro I've talked to have been having a worse year, and I'm so far behind on everything. And I'm like, I wish I had the energy and like drive of a normal person, like a normal body, because I'm like, I have all these ideas, and they would do well if I could just release it all, like get it all done.
I know that.
Yeah, so. It's like I have this huge list and it's great. I'm not going to run out of ideas, but it also makes me feel like, I'm like, oh man, why can't I get all this stuff done? Like, I'm like, I just want to get it all done.
You're putting that pressure on yourself.
You feel overwhelmed, sometimes
you do.
And like, I have my whiteboard So right there is my whiteboard, and there's 18 topics now. And that's just what's on the board. And I keep looking at that every day, and I'm like, oh, I want to do all of it right now. I want to get it done today. But
yeah, that's sort of like,
things.
I have these days where I'm just like, okay, hold on, let me see if I can do this for you. Hold on, wait.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Just to show you guys an example. Here's the list.
Oh,
oh my God.
Yeah, see, you're busy.
Holy hell, woman.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
Some of it is notes, like some of it is commentary from the research team, but that's the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's good though, because you know what, it keeps you fresh, and if you get done a project and you're like, oh, what's the next one on the list? Oh, that's pretty much the same thing. I don't want to do that. Now you have a list you can go through.
Yeah.
What's different?
Exactly.
And pick what you want and what catches your attention, and that's me. I mean, I jump from one thing to another, and then I'll go out in the hallway and obscure reference man, which is in the chat. Like I'll go talk to him, and he'll be like, "Oh, have you ever seen this project?" And I'm like, "Oh, I want to build one of those right now too." He's horrible with inspiration. So you've been doing this channel for a little bit now. How long has it been?
I think it's been like a year. Well, so I know this, if you look at my channel, it's older than that because I have a bunch of channels that are just sitting around. But I think I started doing the paranormal debunking. It was like just over a year ago. I think I started in like August or something of last year.
Okay.
But I was doing a few other things for like the bit of the year before. It was like a mixture of like, we were watching scary clips together as friends. We were doing a couple podcast ideas, and some Reddit stories. Like we were kind of exploring different things that we enjoyed, right?
Okay.
And that's thing. I kind of tried to start, like I was trying to start a podcast with a couple of friends. Like there's two different podcasts. One was like more women based, just talking, and then one was like paranormal sort of stuff, and just like people weren't showing up, and I'm like, it was constantly trying to get people together. So I just reached a point where I'm like, okay, I need to do this on my own. Like I'm only gonna have success on my own because trying to organize everyone is just not working. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few of my friends who have experienced it or are experienced it. And that's why I tell them, like, just do stuff on your own, man. Because, like, it's really difficult trying to get everyone on schedule. Right. So, so I kind of did that a little bit before. But yeah, I would say debunking, it's been probably like, I think I started like August or something of last year. So, yeah.
Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. And what has been, I instead of just saying your favorite, but this might be your favorite, what is the video that you've worked on where something you discovered which is like, oh shit, that was good, that was really good, and just got you excited?
I don't know. You know, to be honest, when I release videos, a lot of times it's gone. Like like I've released it out into the wild, and
Kenny does that too.
Yep.
It's like it's done.
As soon as it goes off,
it's done.
My editor, and they say, okay, you're good, I'm on to the next. It's that file's closed, goes in the cabinet, and I move on to the next one. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I have to look at them. Sorry, what was the question? What am I looking for again?
What's the most interesting video that you've done?
What's most interesting?
Like you discovered something that was like, oh wow, you know, this was a surprise.
Okay, well, I guess surprise would be the Winchester house.
Oh.
Because I always thought that was the story, and it's not. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say like that's my favorite video that I've done, but that one was like, oh, everything was wrong. And I was surprised at how wrong everything was.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least with the other ones, it was like there was still like little things that were accurate, but the Winchester house was like everything's wrong. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yep, everything. Just everything is wrong.
Yeah. The Salem video, that was interesting because I always assumed and I always thought ergot poisoning made more sense, but it turns out that there's like proof like archaeologists have shown that there was no ergot at all. Like this has been in journals. Like one person said it, and since then historians and everyone have been trying to correct it, and it has not been corrected. So I found that very fascinating.
What is that?
Ergot poisoning. So a lot of people believe the Salem witch trials happened because of ergot poisoning. It did not. There's proof. There's like physical proof that there was no ergot. There couldn't have been ergot poisoning. And it's like a very popular misconception. And it was like one guy, I found like one guy said it, and he has like a PhD or something besides his name. And since then it just spread. And like all these other people with PhDs too have been trying to say, no, it's not true. And they've been showing proof as to why, but nobody's listening to them. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Because I assumed ergot made sense to me, right? So I was like, that one was kind of surprising because I always assumed it was ergot, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of I think that's always fun when you have this tribal knowledge story that we've all known, we've all heard of, we've all gone through it, and then you start researching it, and all of a sudden, like, oh shit, that wasn't true. Oh, that wasn't true either. Oh, that wasn't true.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I always hung on to that. I thought that was the truth, and I'm like, I was disappointed. I was like, first I was angry. I'm like, no, that can't be right. So I started like double checking. And I'm like, I was reading all these journals and stuff. I'm like, okay, no, it's
it's true. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
that's good though. And that's, I think that's the kind of research that all of us that are interested in this kind of these kind of topics should be doing, like fact checking ourselves, making sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And I always loved writing essays in school, and I was always taught you need to have like 3 sources. So I was trying to find 3 sources to back like what I'm trying to say, or like whatever argument and facts I'm trying to give. So good. I do try to do the 3 sources thing. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. We are at the hour mark. We're just a minute over. So we're going to take our break. Let me see if, how long is it? Because it's been a while since I've done it.
4 minutes.
It is 4 minutes. Okay. So we're going to take our break, and when we come back after the break, then we are going to focus on viewer questions. So I know we have a bunch already in the queue. So if you out there do have a question for Fleureo, put it in the chat with a capital Q in front of it. And then as we're doing our break, we'll put them in the queue, and then we will get right back into it. So we will see you back here in 4 minutes and 9 seconds from now.
Now for something completely different.
Welcome, my fellow skeptics. Welcome, one and all. I am the chief investigator. Oh, come along, old chap. We will have a ball. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time to open the mic. Good night. Good night. Kenny Biddle's the name, investigating's my game. And I will have at it. Quid pro quo. As the head of this committee, hunting for ghosts can be shitty, but there is nothing better that I know. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and have some questions, alright. Maybe you might find an answer or two. I will find the truth this night and day. And if my name is not Kenny Biddle, then I assure you here I will not stay. Good day. Kenny Biddle's the name, ghost hunting's the game. I won't let anything get in my way. Too many fakers out there, too many chefs, too many toe tappers, none of it makes any sense. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and ask some questions, alright. Maybe you might find an answer or two. Who knows? There may be ghosts in the machine, but trust me, I am not so keen. I prefer to see these things clearly, not in 144p. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open night night. Yeah, yeah. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open night night. Yeah. If you have an answer or two, let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. Let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. The one and only Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle.
Oh,
I pulled out the Temptations to try to get her to move. So you guys, everyone likes her, so they all like seeing her. It's funny, she knows like that she needs to be on camera when I turn on the light and stuff, and she'll like try to do like a pose at least for me. It's really cute.
So blends in with the background.
She does. A lot of people don't even know she's there, and then like suddenly this white blob moves, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's Cat!"
You got a demon. Oh my goodness. All right. So this is the viewer questions part of the program. And that means we're going to look at your questions out there in the chat and see what comes up. I am not responsible for any of these questions because I have no idea what these people ask. Damn it, screenwriter. Oh, damn it, Bob, screenwriter. Nice. Since you are a computer scientist, what is your opinion on the current usage of AI? Oh.
Yeah. There's some politics involved in this, though. Okay, so I'm trying to like skip over that. I'll just say there were bills and discussions that were in progress of putting controls on AI, and they were stopped. So there's a reason. I think that it's going to be pretty bad for us until controls are in place. It's just going to keep getting worse, right? It has its place. Like AI has its place. There are some things that it's useful for, but like, man, it's like stealing kids' like faces of famous people, putting it on bad stuff, you know, like there's so much danger around it, right. You know? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to like destroy us because we're not at that point yet. I think AI is actually pretty stupid, to be honest. It's really dumb and doesn't get facts right because it's being controlled by the maker, right? But I think it's very easy for us to use it for propaganda and for nefarious acts, you know? So,
right. I mean,
it's got its good and it's got its bad.
I know people that use it and rely on it for almost taking over a lot of the work that they are supposed to be doing. So
yeah, and the thing is, you can see it. Like you can tell when someone's used AI. I'm like, oh, you've used AI. You know, like like I'll use AI sometimes to be like, okay, if I Google something and I'm like, I'm not really getting good answers. I'm like, I'm just gonna ask the AI because I've learned that they have the answer. Weirdly enough, like I got this smartwatch. It was like not working right. I learned that smartwatches can't see through tattoos, and I could not find that anywhere online. I thought it was broken, and then I told the AI what was going on. ChatGPT, it's like, oh, do you have a tattoo? I'm like, yes, and they're like, yeah, that's what's causing it. I'm like, oh, so then I flipped it to this wrist for sleeping, no tattoo on the side, and it works. I'm like,
Oh wow,
okay.
that's pretty cool.
So I'm like, it has its benefits. I was using it at one point to help deep research because it has access to journals. I don't. I have to pay to access them. So I was paying for Chat GPT because it can access those journals and I can't. So I was being sneaky here. Right? So I was using it for that, but then they took that away, and now it's only in this business thing, and it's $250 a month. I'm like, I'm not paying.
Oh my gosh!
The whole point was to avoid paying for journals,
right?
But otherwise, like I kind of use it to like organize my ADHD thoughts, but then like I go and like write everything myself. So like I don't know, like I think it has its use in certain areas, but I don't like how much it's used for like artists. Like I understand if you don't have the money for an artist, but like I pay for stock media. It's very affordable. Try to use stock media first, because at least artists get a little bit of money. And otherwise, like if you're like sitting at 15, 20 million subscribers on a channel, why using AI? You have the money for an artist.
Right, exactly.
And by the time you use the right prompts or figure out the right prompts to get what you really want, there is stock images out there that will satisfy, and sometimes you can get them for $1.
The stock is faster. The stock is faster, looks better. Like because the prompts, I hate dealing with the prompts. I'm like, I don't want to do that for art. I'd just rather pay for something, But like, I am a writer, and I really love technical writing. That was always the thing I love doing, and I did do a lot of freelance stuff to make money off that. Technical writing and copywriting for like SEO and blogs. AI has replaced that. So like it has gotten rid of that job. So like I don't really like that it's gotten rid of jobs, but we've been down this path before where technology has gotten rid of jobs, and our society acclimates,
right.
Reposition, carry on.
Yeah. I mean, automotive industry, look at all the robots that are in place on that,
Exactly.
And now we need people to fix the robots when they break down. So
yeah.
I mean, I go back and forth too. I mean, I use it for some things, but I don't rely on it for solid
I think it's
research.
the relying on it.
Yeah.
I think relying on it is like the biggest issue, right? And people not having the eye to recognize a picture or a video as AI. Like just some people don't have that the eye for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't,
because I mean, there are right now, at least there's still certain look to it that you can pick out. And like, all right. We just had we had someone Pam from the news learning center. I forget exactly where she's from, but it's a educational center up here in Buffalo, and she came out to do a lecture, a presentation on the use of AI, and one of it was like a real-time test. She put images up on the screen, and you could use your phones to actually take a survey to say whether it was AI generated or a real image. And these were really good images, but there were subtle cues that, I mean, I got them all right. And I was happy. I was like, my job is safe. But I picked them all out, little details here and there, but sometimes you can't describe exactly what that is, but there is a look. And
it's like, it looks cold. Like there's no artist like heart in it. Like it's you can tell a machine did it. That's the best way I can explain it, right? Other than like when they do really bad like human body parts because they're horrible with hands. So like that those are easy. Line work, that all AI uses like a certain style with I recognize line work if it's line work shading. That one's very easy for me. But like real images and videos is like, it's like, but you gotta look carefully, right?
But it has its benefits, like you said. I mean, I use it for finding certain things, like give me an idea of where I can find this, and it'll give me suggestions and I can do it. If I write something, like I tend to write a lot, and usually way above the article limit, the word count for our articles.
Same.
So I'll say, hey, can you take this 3,000 word article and shrink it down to 2,000 words? Because
that's what I use it for too a lot. Yeah, it's good at shrinking down because I'll ramble. I'm like, okay, I rambled. Can you like control the rambles and give it back?
Right. All right. Next question.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Susan Gerbic, Fleureo, what kind of brain does Matt Fraser have? Oh my God. Susan.
You're just trying to be
I
funny.
don't know. Chipmunk brain. I
Wow.
don't know. He's like a peacock. He's peacocking. He's peacocking. That's what he's doing, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of psychics do it. A lot of psychics do
it.
Teresa Caputo too.
Oh,
But yeah, no, Susan knows I hate Matt Fraser. His voice like literally kills me. There's like a video of me where my eye is like twitching because
oh my God.
I didn't even know. I didn't know my eye was twitching. I was listening to, it was the first time I ever heard him. I knew of him. I never actually heard his voice. Right.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do like, I was doing a breakdown of multiple psychics and I put on his video and I was just like, his voice. I'm like, oh my God, like, why are you screaming at me? And then my eyes started twitching and I was trying to pay attention to what he was saying, but I'm like, I'm losing it because you're screaming the whole time. And I'm like checking out because like, I'm like, I can't handle the screaming constantly.
I remember going to his show for one of Susan's sting operations and feeling angry because I found he just treated people like shit. And the way he spoke to people,
they're very cold.
Yeah. I wanted to punch him in the throat because he was just so mean.
Teresa's the same way too. Like I watched a bunch of her stuff, which actually that's like probably I don't know. I really enjoy, I think the Teresa video I recently did because I feel like I uncovered a lot of stuff and dove deep into different things. But there was a lot of clips where I watched where she like said something, the person would cry and she immediately turns to the next person. I'm like, why don't you care that this person's crying? Like what? Right. How do you just walk away from that? Like, I'm like, okay, like these people are sociopaths or something. Yeah. I'm not a doctor, but
they are quantity over quality. Let's get as many people believing that I can do this shit as possible, and that'll sell tickets.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, moving on. Let's see, Kat Mack. I have a very similar story to Fleureo. I am wondering if she has ever has fleeting moments of sadness that ghosts and psychic powers aren't real. Wait, I'm wondering if she
Herb's pronouncing the H is correct, by the way. I don't know, is it? Like, I don't know. People always give me a hard time when I say Herbs. I've always done that.
How do you pronounce?
Oh my gosh,
Herbs.
Let's learn together.
Like, I could see British people saying herbs because they don't say H's in a lot of their words.
So the great Google overview says the pronunciation of Herb depends on your region. Americans pronounce it as herb without the H sound, while people in the UK pronounce it as herb with the H sound.
Oh, well, that must be it because, like, I am Canadian. Not all of us, like, okay, I grew up on, like, British TV. I love British TV.
There you go.
My first, like, TV show was Doctor Who. Like, I watched,
we have Doctor Who
mainly, like... Yeah, it was like mainly British TV is all I watched as a kid. There was a few other things like that I would watch, like the old Batman, you know, with what's his name?
Adam West.
Yeah, Adam West. Yeah. So like, but I watch a lot of British TV. So maybe that's why I say some words differently. Because a lot of people in Canada even are like, why do you say it like that? I'm like, oh.
You know, I find myself more mocking the way we say it, but whenever aluminum comes out, I always go
aluminium.
Aluminium. There's an
but for the last question, she did ask about fleeting moments. I still have some belief systems, and obviously, like, I still have a religion. So, like, I am not a total skeptic, right? I do believe that there is something. And I think that honestly, because I love physics and I love quantum physics, and I think there's something on a quantum level that connects us with each other. Because I have stuff that is, I can't find an explanation for things that have to do with my close friends, but not when they were dead, like things when they're alive, and we just like weird stuff happens, and I feel like we're tethered or something in some weird way. So like, I still have some beliefs. So like, I wouldn't say I have like fleeting moments of sadness because I am now researching how things work on a quantum level and trying to see if maybe that explains some of the unexplainable stuff that have happened in my life. And also I know it's not logical, but I still do hang on to a belief that like there's maybe little land spirits or something that are around that are protecting stuff from like the ancient times, and maybe a little shadow we see one day is like a little, I don't know, a brownie or something, or like a indigenous people's land spirit or something. I'm like, I know like it isn't, but I kind of like I could get on board with that. I like thinking like that sometimes.
I understand that. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. We got John without an H. Server cyber engineer working for a bank here. What bank did you work at, if you don't mind me asking?
I worked for Bank of Montreal in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
John likes all that geek technical questions and stuff. Also, do you jump and hide when you hear SOX or Gmail like I do? I don't know what that is.
I think that was referring to something we were talking about at the time.
Oh, SOX. Is that like computer science talk?
I feel like, is this like I don't recognize. Is it like, because I don't code, so is that code? It might be code. I know a little bit of coding, but SOX sounds familiar.
Wow. Sound exchange cross-platform command line utility for audio manipulation, oxides of soap. There's a lot of stuff here. Be more specific, John. That's why you don't have an
Yeah,
H.
I don't know, because like I remember there was stuff that we did that was SOX, but it was like spelt differently. Yeah.
All right. No more questions.
If I'm Canadian, you said if I'm Canadian, I won't know what it is. So maybe that's why.
There you go.
Okay. Rick says, growing up around psychics, did come across any that had any real abilities?
Like I said, like I thought that I had real abilities. My mom did. Our main circle of friends that she was around did, until we found out a lot of them were actually grifting. That was like a wake-up call. Very surprised in that one. And then that kind of like it made me like question a lot of the people. And then we actually stopped like actually doing stuff with a lot of people in the circuit and in the industry because of how badly this woman, essentially, she married an indigenous person to take his last name. And she started going to the tanning salon and dyeing her hair black. And then she said that she was part of this tribe and that she was a shaman. And she wasn't. She was white. And we found that out.
Wow.
And then like all the other people, there's other people that were around her that she promoted. And we found out like they were all grifting. It was like a whole thing. It was like a big like, oh crap, like this many people that we did stuff with, that we did spiritual practices with. And it's like, oh my God, they were just horrible. So it's like, I don't know, like, I guess like at certain points in my life, yes, I did think some people were real, but like, then we found out a bunch of them were faking. But there were still ones that we knew that I thought were real, but like looking back on it, I'm like, it's just like, we're just good at picking up like patterns of people, you know?
Has there ever been any tension between you and your mother?
Oh yeah, like my mom is a conspiracy theorist, and she believes like aliens come down all the time, and she thinks half of us are like. I can't talk to her.
All right.
she goes the loopy road. Yeah, I'm just like I can't. Okay. I can't. So yeah, there's a lot of like me going I can't, and then I just walk away. I can't do this right now. I walk away.
Okay. All right, moving on. Let's see. Cat Mac, you've mentioned your research team. What do you research, and are you looking for people to join your team? I don't have.
Yeah, I mean, you can come help. Honestly, it's just people on the channel that I mean, they just help like for fun, for free, whatever, because I can't pay anyone right now, obviously. And they just kind of help me look into stuff when I'm like, okay, guys, like there's like something I'm like, okay, I don't have time to watch 100 hours of this channel. Can you guys split up this work and look through these videos and tell me if you see? I'm like, I'm looking for this. Can you guys tell me if you see this? And then I'm like, you know, you don't have to do it. But they're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then they kind of like listen to stuff or watch stuff as they're like on the train to work or whatever. And they'll help me like research some things. Someone else on my team is from Quebec, so she speaks French. So if I need anything like translated, stuff like that. So just kind of like stuff like that. Helping with the videos, research stuff with videos. So
And I should make a correction.
Yes,
Obscure reference men. Yes, you are right. I do have a research team. Tim Binga is our librarian here at CFI. He is a huge help.
Well, yeah, you guys have a whole library.
We do.
Actually, there was something I was supposed to ask you for.
Uh-oh.
You need to come visit because we got
Yeah,
two libraries.
I should.
We got two.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm really not that far away because you're in like New York, right?
I'm in Buffalo.
Ontario.
Buffalo.
Yeah, we are not far away. No.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
So we'll talk.
Yeah.
Get you out maybe for a weekend. We do have a guest room. If so.
Oh, nice.
You can always crash if you want. It's a separate room. So you can hang out because I always love giving tours. I love showing off this place. So yeah, we can arrange that. But yeah, I have Tim Binga and Eric behind the wall. Come by, we'll talk. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Really, it's just like for me. I mean, this is stress of life, but I take care of my mom. I don't have anyone else to take care of her.
Okay.
So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like I'm really like stuck.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
the
invitation is always open. So in the future,
there you go.
Whatever, if you get time away, send me info on what you need.
It was something in the CFI like libraries. I'm like, you guys must have an article on this or something. And I'm like, I don't know. It'll come to me later. It was like you guys like I know like that they've looked into it. Like you like oh my god, I forgot his name. What's his name? You know, the skeptic. He did like the Warren stuff. He was on the Sally Jesse Raphael. I forget.
Joe Nickel.
Yeah, Joe Nickel. It was something I know he worked on at one point. So I'm like, you guys must have records on it. So I'll try to remember what it is because now I can't remember.
I got it. I'll warn you though. Joe did not keep good records. He did not keep good files. But we have so much stuff here. Like the other day, I mentioned something to Tim because we usually have our morning meeting. He comes in here and we chat and keep up to date on what each of us are doing. And I mentioned something that I found online, but I needed the physical copy, but this is from 1993. It was a newsletter. And he's like, I'm pretty sure we have that downstairs. And we got up, walked down, he found the file, pulled it out, boom. And I was like, yes.
Yeah. It's like you like pulled up a bunch of articles and stuff on the Smurls that like me and Stevie don't have, and you put that on your video. And like I've told people, like, go watch Kenny's video because CFI has like access to old newspapers like that they've kept, so like it's really helpful,
We have a whole bunch of file cabinets that have, because everything from like that they were looking into from 76 on, so 50 years worth, they've kept files. And I can go down and access them and make copies and stuff. So yeah, like a lot of newspaper clippings, you're not going to find anymore. You might find them on like newspapers.com or something like that, but
it's like rare because if it happened in a small town, we found that the news they didn't save them digitally. It's like if it happened in New York City, yes, you can find it. But if it happened in like bum f whatever middle of nowhere. It's like, no.
Right.
So it's like, maybe CFI has it.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember, send me an email. I'll pass it on to Tim and we'll see if we can find it for you.
Probably in a notes or chat somewhere. It was something. I'm like, I can't remember it, but I forget things a lot. That's the fibro fog.
Why do you misspell her name?
No, that's okay. She's correct.
Oh, damn it! So,
talking about
Fleur. How do you pronounce your name?
Fleur.
Yeah, like the thermal camera. Fleur.
Yeah, like the thermal camera. Okay. Yeah.
Talk about the role women have in busting these grief vampires.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that me and Susan have been working. Me and Susan do talk a lot about the psychics and everything. And we've talked about how like women, there isn't enough women debunkers because the main victims of mediums are women. It's mainly women that are grieving and they're sad and they tend to reach out to these things because women, we're more empathetic and we're more open to magical thinking when it comes to this stuff because we tend to feel more. Right. And we want the feelings to be validated or go away. So then we'll like seek out mediums or something to help us through it, right?
So let me ask you a
agree with
question here.
that
Let me
statement.
interject because I don't know if I'm totally on board with one of the things you just said. So I think everyone feels something like emotions. I would argue that maybe females are more expressive outwardly of that. Where
maybe we're more empathetic though, like the majority. Like there's obviously men that are.
How do you know?
There's obviously men that. Yeah, we do. We get like way more. Like, okay, you know, women, like, okay, she'll know. You're dating someone and you get a text and then you're like over analyzing the text and you show it to your best friend and they overanalyze. This is what women do. This is how we think deeper, right? So we get too invested in something.
But I think that's more externalized, where I think most males will internalize that. Because I do that. A
lot of them don't.
I will think things through. Like
some, like I said, some men are the same, but the majority of men are like, they're not looking at like your haircut, color of shoes, why you want this for dinner. Like they're not. They're like whatever.
You don't care. Like in the morning, what do you want for dinner? I just ate breakfast. That's what you say to me.
But how do you equate that to feeling loss of life?
I didn't
completely different things.
No,
I will be upset if I have a limited edition lightsaber handle and it falls down and breaks. I'm going to cry.
Yeah,
because I feel that. Whereas
that's not
you
the
will
same
look at
emotions,
and it's still emotion. Like I don't think that's fair that you're quantifying yours as more than what mine is.
It's not that.
A part of it is like like I'm saying, it's not all men. Some men, you know, are open to feeling their emotions and open to this kind of stuff and do have this brain to like, and they're empathetic. Some men are empathetic, right? But the majority aren't. But I think that it's a learned behavior thing. Like I think like society has raised us to be this way. Society has raised women to be more empathetic and caring and release it all and overthink things and do all the little things. We're supposed to handle all the little things in life, and men are just supposed to like go to work and sit. Like I'm just saying, this is how we're kind of raised. Like let's be real.
Men are raised.
Men are supposed to go to work, and
men are raised to not complain, shut up, do the job, don't cry.
Yeah.
Men don't cry. Like all this is how I was raised.
Yeah.
Like you don't show emotion.
Yeah.
You go to your room. If you're gonna cry, go to your room. That's where I would go and cry.
And not saying like some men have just a lot of men, the majority have adopted it as like this is who they are. Like they don't let any of their emotions out. They like it's like a lot of them don't feel them necessarily or don't allow themselves to feel them. So like they just, and society has made us this way, like to be real.
Or maybe in private. That sounds
some men in private, but some men are raised so like strict with their like father, like they would get like punished for even in private crying, you know, like there's a lot of men that are raised with that, right? So it's definitely like old school like attitudes, you know. But because of that, I'm just saying like women are more open to magical thinking.
I'm sorry. Crack me up.
Because you're a man. See, women think ahead. We need to plan our day.
That's not feelings.
Huh? It comes into our feelings though, because we overanalyze.
You don't feel my feelings right now talking about planning for dinner?
I see your feelings. It's on your face.
Good. I'm glad it's coming through.
I'm being empathetic.
Yeah.
I'm being empathetic.
Empathetic your face.
That's not feelings.
Okay. Joan kind of explains a little bit in chat. Like women are also taught that we're supposed to be paying attention to our children and how they're feeling and make sure that all of their needs are met. Whereas men are told like, no, the women will do that. So don't worry about paying attention to other people's feelings because that's the women that do that. You know, like
that's
I disagree a little bit on that because like I was raised
because you're a guy that's like you're a better guy, like you're a better version of a man. Like I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Like
Don't let him fool
better.
you. Don't let
Hey,
him fool
you shush! Do not badger the guest.
God.
You let the guest talk. No, I was raised with like stifle your emotions. Like don't show them outside, but you take care of your family. Like that was the important. You take care of your family. So even if there was that idea that the mother took care of the kids, the father took care of the family. And we made sure everything was, even when we didn't do the little, I guess the little, and please, if I speak out of turn, please don't be mad at me, because I'm trying just to reason out what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, and like what I'm saying is like a generalization,
right?
You know,
so
of the majority
little things, that mom would take care of. It's when something happens and out of routine, it was like, hey, it went to dad and said, this needs to be fixed. Okay. Fix the house, fix the car, So there were different roles.
Like, but like, and women are like, oh, the kid's crying. Go to your mom to fix that, right? And like what Joan was saying, this is a very Western, it's very like European and Western thinking, not even necessarily Western, because I do think people in like the UK and stuff like this started in the medieval kind of times, right? So, but it's interesting because you make friends or you get involved with people who are from like Mexico, right? Latinos, and they're very family oriented, and the men are a lot more emotional. It's totally different there, right? But like when we're looking at these grief vampires, because that was the original question from Susan, the majority of their victims are people from, UK originally, like white people, let's be real. The majority, and we're all kind of raised with this sort of thinking, right? Because like if you tried to do some of this stuff, like if you were a medium in like Mexico, there would be a lot more men there, because the men are like a lot more emotional there, and they're very much about the family, and they're very much about feelings of everyone, right? And it's just the way they're raised, so. But in speaking about grief vampires, they are primarily, they kind of go after like, let's be real, they kind of go after us North American, Australian, England.
I agree. Yeah. White females are usually the target. And if you're grieving, that all they see is money.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, we're in a world where like we're trying to respect and not fall into what's the word, like prejudices, right? Like everyone's trying to like respect and not fall into prejudices. But when you're analyzing psychics and when you're dealing with psychics, you've got to realize that's what they do. They use prejudice and they use what's the word, my fiber brain is like totally dead on me. Like a biases or like an assumption about a race or a people or a country or whatever. Stereotypes, that's the word I'm trying to think. So like stereotypes work for a reason, because they are right the majority of the time, right? And that's all they need. They just need, like, even if it's 75% of the time they're right, that's a 75% chance that they'll get a hit, know. And if they don't get a hit because this is that one person who doesn't match the stereotype, they immediately flip to someone else in the audience. So like that's what they're tapping into. So when you're analyzing psychics, you've got to remember they're looking at like prejudice, biases, stereotypes, and that is how they do these things. That's how they do this grift, right? So yeah.
Good one. I agree with Spencer.
That's a hard one too, because it's true. I mean, sometimes that's how people get through things.
I think people handle, like, I can only really speak for myself when it comes to emotions and how to express them. Like, I grieve in different ways. Like I might be upset and cry at the loss of someone, but for somebody else, I might sit here and just, my grieving process is more looking back on photos and thinking about all the fun that we have and what I learned from them. Something like that. Or I might just decide, hey, you know what? Today I'm just going to do like a craft project in the garage and just leave me alone. I'm going to focus on that, and that's how I get through my grief. So
it's like I've had a lot of death in my life, and I definitely recognize my grieving like steps now. Like I'm a fixer, so I'm like I won't cry or be upset until the funeral. Like everything's got to work and everything's got to be planned. Once the funeral happens, then I'll cry. And then it's like every year it gets a little bit easier. So there's like this, my friend who died that I did ghost hunting with, her family is, are they Polish or I can't remember. They were like Eastern European. And there's like this old like myth about like, it was 4 years. You meet up every year on the day that it happened. And by the 4th year, you'll find only like 20% of the people show up because it takes about 4 years before you're like no longer suffering in that grief to that level, right?
Okay.
And then people stop showing up. So that's what they do. They have like this thing where you meet up and then about 4 years is kind of when everyone doesn't show up. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's interesting, not cool.
Right. I mean,
yeah, it's interesting because it kind of does happen in play, except I will tell you, like my friend who, again, she did that to herself. The 4-year rule is not working. Like I have trauma
there's
from that.
So many,
and it's totally different. Yeah. And that's where like I look at this true crime stuff and I'm like, you guys, like I haven't had anyone who their life was taken by someone else, but a sudden thing like that, and it's like you live with that trauma, like you can't really get over it. Like I've tried, like you can't. It's different. It's different. Yeah.
Okay. That was a great conversation. We went all over the place with that one. Susan. That was great. No more questions from Susan.
No, we don't have.
Yeah.
Let other people have a chance. That was good though. I like that. Rob. Hey, Rob. Kenny, seeing it's been a whole year since I asked you a question, has your opinion changed on ghosts? Like, are you more skeptical now, or has anything you've seen or read made you more of a believer? No, nothing has changed. I mean, I still look to see if there's any valid evidence or sufficient evidence, and I haven't seen it yet. I have not been a party to any investigation that developed that or presented that, and the cases that I have looked into turned out to be pretty much just the routine, either misinterpretation, misidentification, optical illusions, or somebody hoaxing. So I haven't found anything like that. So my opinion is still the same. I personally don't think ghosts exist, but I'm still looking to see, what's out there. So we'll go from there. John without an H. Do you think the average psychic who is a man tend to be more in touch with their or others' emotions just as much as women, or do they approach their readings in a different way?
From what I've kind of looked at with, if I look back on male psychics, honestly, because I lived with a full-on narcissist for 15 years. It was a bad relationship. He was a narcissist. And when I look at a lot of these male psychics, it feels like that's what it is. So it's not that they're in touch with their emotion, just narcissists innately see like empathy and feelings, and they're like, okay, there's my dinner. I'm going to go to it. And they just like are good at manipulating it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if you look at, like, there's a lot of narcissism in it, right? It's like you look at the way that the men present themselves, how they look in public. They also, if anything bad said about them, they've got to fight it. Like they get a little bit more aggressive about it. They care about their image better. They will peacock more as well. I would say like John Edward is not a narcissist from what I can tell. Like I'm obviously not a psychologist, but I'm just saying like Matt Fraser. There's that other guy. What's his name? With like the white afro thing that he wears. He's one of them. There's a few of them that's like they presented themselves more of like a attention seeker and kind of feeding off people, and those people are really good at manipulation. It's just kind of like they're good at it, right? So I think that they just see an easy meal ticket,
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I see, like when I look at like Tyler Henry, John Edward, the Thomas John, who else? Matt Fraser. They are very about themselves. They are more like they put themselves up on that pedestal. But I also see like Teresa Caputo do the same thing. Like I see with her, like she's way up there. And
honestly, I think that she is a narcissist, like the way that she presents herself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
like I'm obviously not a psychologist, but I'm just saying, like, there's just things that you notice when you've been in a relationship with one, or like when you've been hurt by one for so many years and you leave it, you get this, like, it's like leaving religion, you know, you leave it and suddenly you see all the problems. Suddenly everything is clear. And when you're in one of those relationships with someone like that for so long, when you leave it, you're like, oh, and then you see everything, but no one else can see this. It's like only people that have been under their thumb can recognize these little things, you know?
You
and
need to be
so
on
it's
both
just,
sides of the fence to know.
Yeah, it's like, like if we sat down, I could probably point out every little thing that is kind of like leads me to that, right? But yeah, some of them, I don't think they are narcissists. Some of them are just like learned how to manipulate, and they're good at it, and they're like, yeah, I can make money off this, you know? But this thing, all these psychic mediums, they're faking. They're all doing, like, they all went into this faking. None of them believed that they were a medium to this level, because all the mediums that I've ever met that believe they were mediums, they didn't hear voice, like they didn't hear the dead telling them a message. It was about feeling the energy in the room and being like, oh, I feel like suddenly like really just full of love. So like your grandmother must have really loved you. Like it's like that. Like those ones who truly believe, that's how it comes in. But like the ones who are like, oh, I'm talking to them and they're telling me about a necklace, like they're faking it. They were never, they were never real. They went into this grifting, right? So yeah.
I think in the beginning, the people that still believe that they can do what they claim to do have been they've been a product of the positive reinforcement from doing little readings for friends and family, and then that positive reinforcement comes in and it builds and builds and builds until it's just part of their core belief, and it's very difficult to come out of that. But
and a lot of the mediums on ghost hunter shows, there are a lot of them that I can tell they truly believe that they were, but they have good imagination. So that's another one you get caught up in when you're doing ghost hunts. You will close your eyes and you're supposed to say what pops into your mind, and it must be a vision from the spirits. But we all are really good at visualization. We all have really good imaginations because we've been trained to be a psychic, and that's a huge part of the training, is about visualization. Meditation, visualization, learning how to visualize stuff. Like the stuff that I see in my brain, I see like crazy detail. So I've come to realize that like it was just ideas popping in my head that I was saying. And there's some mediums on ghost hunt shows, on YouTube shows especially, that's all they're doing. Because then we go and fact check them and they're wrong. So I'm like, okay, it was just our imagination, you know? So yeah.
Cool. All right. Next up, we're doing good. We actually might be done on time.
Yeah.
Hi, Fleur. I'm going to say it right now. Long-time viewer, first-time caller. That's nice. What is your favorite Matt Fraser video to debunk?
This is Chris. He's friends with me. Hi, Chris.
Okay. He just messing with you?
Yeah, he's messing with me. I don't have a Fraser. He knows I don't like Matt Fraser. So no, I don't have a favorite.
I'm not a fan of Matt Fraser either.
My favorite Matt Fraser stuff is just, I guess, talking to Susan about Matt Fraser because it's entertaining. There's my answer.
Watching videos, taking them down.
Here we go. Here's another question.
When did Fleureo first realize Chris from Fear of the Living was one of the most amazing human beings she ever met? Wow,
Chris.
Jury's still out on that one.
I was wondering why I left those for the last. They were like, I don't know if these are good questions to put up.
That's just Chris. He's messing with us.
That's all good. Here's one. Do you think psychics believe their own powers, or are their beliefs just falling on false pretenses?
Yeah, like I said, and I say this in all my videos, I would say it's like about a half and half. If we're including all the like backyard psychics, the people that kind of do it for their friends and family, I would say it's maybe half and half. I would lean that there's probably more people that believe that they're psychic than the ones who knowingly are faking. Maybe it's 70%, 30%, if we're including all the little psychics in the world, you know. a lot of us believe it like, and you're trained into it, and you're trained. It's very interesting because like now that I'm out of it and looking back in, it's like you're trained automatically to have the excuse. Oh, we can't just tap into it at any moment. They teach you that like right away. So it's like, okay, they train the excuses into part of your training. And it's just like, I find it so like, it's like, I don't know. I find it very interesting because like but you believe that that's the case. Like you believe it, right?
I always found that to be a contradiction, because if you can't turn it on whenever you want it, how could you possibly run a business based on that? Because it would be like, oh, well, you can come in for your appointment at 3:00 in the afternoon, but I don't know if we're going to do anything. Well,
it would be like, they could come in, but you can't guarantee that you're going to tap into their loved one. Or like if you're doing tarot, I can't guarantee that the tarot are going to answer the question that you have. So it's like they'll come and you'll give them something. You can't guarantee the specificity of it, right? So
okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Cree Storm, have you ever seen Scotty the Medium? I have. And if so, what are your thoughts? And if not, you might want to. He really gives mediums a really bad name.
I think all mediums give mediums a bad name. Like, to be honest, like okay, the earlier question, like how many believe, how many don't. I was talking about all psychics. There's a lot of people just like they believe they have precognizance powers, divination, things like that. But if we're just talking about psychic mediums, I'm going to lean. There's more fakers than there's people who believe. So like the mediums specifically, and the mediums also, a lot of the ones that are fakers too, they also won't do divining. Whereas ones that truly believe, they'll do divining, future telling, right? Ones that know they're faking, they won't do future telling because they know that's how they're going to get outed, So I think mediums, I have not seen this person, sorry to answer your question, but I think all mediums give mediums bad name. In my opinion, I don't know. But I think I just recognize the issues now, and a lot of people don't recognize them yet. So
I've met Scotty. Like at first, I didn't. I've seen some of his videos, and they were short videos, like more like TikTok videos, and I didn't buy it. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think mediums are mediums. I don't think they can medium at all. And I met him once. He was the guy. Do you remember back at Para Unity? First time I set up, he was the guy that came up to my booth and told like people online, like, this is the great skeptic and this is a great guy. Remember that?
No.
Okay. So there was a guy at a conference, a ghost.
Which conference was it? Maybe it'll help.
Unity.
But where? Where was it? In New Jersey?
Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh. That's the only place. Yeah.
But see, like that thing that there's a lot of scammers who suck up to skeptics and debunkers because they want to get one of us to stamp an approval so that any of us who question in the future can say, no, see this guy, he's a skeptic. He said I was cool, and that's manipulative. Like that sounds manipulative to me.
Yeah. Just to clarify, that never happened. I never said he was good. I never said he was cool.
No. But I'm saying like, if he said that about you, like he's trying to manipulate you to like be nice to him.
But I mean, that was the first time. And then the last time we saw him, it was actually John without an H was with us. That's when he came up to visit and we saw him and he would not speak to me. And I'm proud because I commented on a lot of his stuff and I debunked some of his stuff that he gave to a not haunted location. So I'm sure he was upset with me, but
and I mean it's tougher in person because in person I would say like I'm more nicer, but I have the Canadian niceness and we're built in with people pleasing tendencies. So like I'll be nicer in person, but it's like I feel like I can speak more my mind when they're not right in front of me. So it's a little bit tougher to like speak for me anyway. If you're right in front of me, it's gonna be tougher for me to speak my mind. I'll probably just be polite and wait for the interaction to end and then carry on with my business.
Right.
So,
I'm totally opposite. Like when you have that feeling, and I'm assuming everyone has this, like when you're gonna be confrontational and you get that like tightness in your chest and you're like nervous and stuff. I used to get that. I don't get it anymore. Now I'm just, I woke up, I'm like, oh, your sign says that you're a medical medium. Are you diagnosing people?
Like Kenny, he's just like right in your face now.
Right in your face. Like, are you diagnosing people? Are you giving medical advice? Well,
tell me if it's a medical thing or true crime one, I will actually just tell them to their face. But if it's like, because like the other ones, the thing is like half the other ones, they truly believe they are. And I'm like, okay, like trying to fight someone on their belief structure, it just turns into an argument. But I will argue people about medical stuff and true crime. I will argue with that to your face because I think that's the super wrong things. Like, I don't think anyone should get involved in that stuff. Right. Like it's one thing to talk about like personal anecdotes, like, oh, you have fibro, I have fibro, blah, blah, this works for me. Like, that's different. I'm talking about like those spiritual healers,
Right.
Yeah.
Tim says, look at my sweatshirt. Yeah, that's right. Skip dick.
Oh, that's funny. I just saw that. Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
Right. Yep. All right. Rick, have you ever met a psychic that wasn't trained?
I mean, they're all trained. Like, I mean, some of them train themselves, but they do it by like researching psychics who say what to do. Like, it's like they pass it down,
Yeah, there is a I talk about this all the time. Hold on a second.
For this book is like the ones who knowingly grift. Yeah.
Right. This is the book that you will get if you want to be a good psychic and get some of the good information about different stages of life. It really lays it out. And I remember holding this up a while back, and Susan commented saying that Mark, her partner, had said, hey, like that's it. That's the book that they use.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the ones who like start this thing and are like, I'm going to go in and grift and make money, like that's what they do. They use those, they research, they read that book, they learn all that. The ones that are knowing or unknowingly, like they truly believe they are, that's more like you're going to find them in like the yoga. They're going to start in like yoga areas, meditation circles, TikTok, whatever, psychic circles, because they teach you how to be psychic on TikTok. Like these TikTok witches, like they drive me nuts. It's like you can't learn this stuff in like 3 minutes. Like you need to do your research, right? So
John, it's called Passages. There you go. Oh, wait. There you go. There you go. Passages by Gail he.
Drink.
So yeah. It's excellent. I mean, it's a really good book. So I think you'll get a better idea of how a lot of these readings go once you read that. All right. So do we have more questions?
Well, let's do one more.
Let's do one more and then play your song.
No, we're not doing the song.
Oh, come on. We're almost there. Fleureo, who would you most like to interview from history?
Catherine the Great.
Oh, and why?
Yeah. She's really good at manipulating men. Very interesting lady. She was also very scientific based. She also believed in immunization when no one else believed it. Like she saw the logic and was like, that makes sense. Like and she also had chronic migraine issues like I have too. And she just like commanded all this power and stuff, and just like she was good at what she did, but she's super smart. I think she's like one of the smartest ladies in history. Yeah.
All right. Good answer.
You probably have the chronic migraine from thinking all the time.
Technically it's from the wisdom tooth surgery and the car accident. Like, it is from damage. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I know. I got mine from chemo, so I get it. It's migraines suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Are we good? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh wait. What about one more? Okay. Cat Mac. With the end of the year coming up, how many psychics will put out wrong predictions for 2026? All of them.
all of them, except there's like a certain percentage, like it's like the spaghetti theory, right? You throw past that wall, something will stick. So there's like a certain percentage that you'll get correct because it is throwing past at the wall. And they'll hang on to that. They'll hang on to that like one thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be those psychics that do like the whole book of predictions. Those are the ones that'll get one thing right.
Right.
But yeah, otherwise it'll be a lot of.
Well, Richard Saunders from the Skeptic Zone podcast he was part of the Australian Psychic Prediction Project. I think that's what it was called. Cat Mac, I'm sure can correct me on that. But he does this whole thing. It was like a 10-year or even more study of all psychic predictions over the year and stuff. And
interesting.
Yeah, it's a really good read. I'll send you the link to the article.
Yeah, send that to me. That's really interesting. I like looking at like the data patterns and stuff on things like that. I like looking at different studies. It's a lot of fun. So
it's really cool. I've tried to do it with another author for Skeptical Inquirer. We've tried to do it, but every year we like get the list and then I don't keep track. I get distracted.
Yeah.
Don't keep track of that.
I do have like a big project. I know I haven't done the video yet, but I have a big project where I'm going through all the mediumship studies and kind of analyzing the statistics on it, which we already have done with the research team. Like I have all the answers now, but it's like a lot of data. And I'm like, how do I present this in a video? I'm like having trouble being like, I understand this, but I need to make it digestible to everyone else.
You need to dumb it down for us.
You need the Barney style the information so that the general public understands it. So I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we are at the end of the show. We made it 2 hours.
He's asking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go.
This is about if you have more questions, you can reach out to me. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
It's a good ending.
Yeah,
it is a good ending.
Where can people find you then?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is Fleureo's Phantom Files, and most of my social media is like Fleureo or Fleureo _ just because the whatever username situation. But yeah, you can reach me there. I tend to answer better on like Instagram, to be honest. That's for like the best place, but you're welcome to reach out. And my email too is on my channel as well. So, which is, I think, fleuriobiz@gmail.com or something. So yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to me, let me know. And yeah, I probably have answers for you. I don't
know. Awesome. All right. Well, for everyone else, I don't really have too many announcements. Next Friday, we're going to have John without an H on as our guest. So that's going to be actually not as a guest. He is co-host.
He's a co-host
because he won one of our real spins and he won the co-host thing. So he will be co-hosting. So I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what that's going to look like. So tune in to find out. Otherwise, please visit skepticalinquirer.org for the rest of my work, videos and articles and stuff. And remember to like and subscribe on this video and this channel.
Yes, like the video.
Yes, please.
Yes. And comment later. It helps with the algorithm.
Yes.
Comment, does it really? Wait, like after?
Comment.
Yeah, more
like commenting underneath after and also hitting the share button. You don't have to share it anywhere, but just hitting the button helps as well. And hitting like helps.
Everybody go hit the share button and then cancel it. All right. So you stick around till after the outro, but everyone else have a great weekend. Be safe and remember, never stop learning. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Hey, diddle diddle, here's a little riddle. Who's the best at bunker is a Kenny Biddle? Oh, he's good, not just a little. Not at the bottom or even the middle. Strike a chord like a fiddle. Tasting the rainbow like a skittle. That's fragile and brittle. You can watch him take a problem and start to riddle the problem away. He does not play. He takes his job so seriously. He loves a challenge and won't turn it away. He's such a skeptic, he keeps stones believers exposing the fake. It wouldn't take him long to find a needle in hay. Use a magnet, damn it. Now take a drink of Kenny's specialty. Someone may say that's not and Kenny's such a skeptic, drinking skeptical tea. Like and subscribe, everybody turn notifications on, and go watch his show and forget about this song. Mr. Wizard or Bill Nye the Science Guy, can you remember? You like Kenny better, so head to the Skeptical Help Bar and meet the bartender. Pick up a drink and relax, cause nobody does this better. Not even close, not even a little. He's the one and only Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program, In Progress.